Are you still seeing your ex after a breakup? You're not together anymore, but you're still kind of together, hanging out, being just friends, not just seeing each other at gatherings of mutual acquaintances, not just seeing each other at work, but hanging out, going to the movies, maybe being intimate. There's no commitment, there's no label, just like a lingering connection that feels really comfortable. They get you, they understand you. There's something there. But right now, it's just a situationship. It's just an occasional hangout. What if I told you that as comfortable as this is, it can be a huge trap. It can delay your heartbreak and keep you stuck much longer than you should be. So many stories I hear, so much research that I read shows that these post-breakup situationships aren't harmless. They're really like an emotional minefield. Something's gonna blow up. And I'm not down on situationships. Those work for some people. But a situationship with an ex that you used to see a future with, someone that you're heartbroken over, often does not work. But I have so many clients who kind of get stuck in that trap. Either they want to maintain a friendship with their ex because the relationship meant so much to them, they don't want to let it go, or they are kind of hoping that something's going to shift and they're going to wind up with their ex, that they'll work through all their stuff and things will get better and they'll be back together. And in other cases, my client feels guilty for the breakup and wants to help their ex through the pain and help them to heal and then move on. Situationship can feel cozy and warm and familiar. They can really enjoy time with one another, but it can be confusing and slow down healing and have huge emotional ups and downs. So before you get into a situationship with your ex, think about what I'm going to tell you. Okay, so here are the 7 hidden dangers of a post-breakup situationship. Number 1, it delays healing. How can you get over someone if you're having dinner with them or going to the movies with them or hanging out with them a couple times a week? You can't move on and invite someone else into your life if they're there. They're taking up that space. And you might say, oh, I'm not ready to date right now. I don't want to get into another relationship. Yeah, that makes sense. But often when that other person's there, you're in sort of a pseudo relationship with them. You're not getting over them. They're still in your life. It feels like you're together. And that's confusing. So you're not able to really heal. You're in a relationship and you're not in a relationship at the same time. If you want to heal, you need some time apart. You need to reclaim your life, find your own purposeful life, and then maybe you can establish some sort of connection after that. But in order to really heal, you need to be on your own. When you're healing from a breakup, you need emotional space. You need distance to process who you are now outside the relationship and what you want. You have to rebuild your own life. And yes, it's uncomfortable, it's uncertain, it's confusing, but you need time to yourself. Constant contact, especially if it's intimate, makes everything a little more confusing. They're not going to feel like your ex if you're seeing them all the time. When you're together, it can really feel like, oh no, we're still in relationship mode. Then you leave and we're back to casual mode. And this emotional whiplash of what are we doing? Are we together or are we apart? Can make real recovery, healing, moving on almost impossible. Another danger, feeling like you're not good enough. This one's sneaky, but it's almost the most damaging. If you're in a situationship, especially if you want more commitment than you're getting, it's easy to think that this ambiguity, this sort of in and out, is your fault, that you're not enough, that if you were more something, they'd be in your life. I see it all the time. If I were just better, smarter, funnier, prettier, thinner, curvier, more understanding, less naggy, then they'd commit. Then they'd be 2 feet in. It can be a constant nagging thought in your head that makes you feel like less. It's a situationship, so you could start to feel like an option, not a priority. And this is really hard to deal with, especially after a breakup, especially with the same person. You were their partner once, and now you're not, but you're still hanging out and they're seeing other people, but you want a commitment. That can all mess with your head. It can crank up feelings of inadequacy about why you're not really together, what they don't see in you. If you want a commitment, a situationship could be more harmful than helpful. Examine that. You two might not be meant to be together, but you don't want to feel bad about yourself or that you don't measure up because they're not available to be with you. Number 3, if you're interested in them and you'd like to reconcile, there can be a hope and disappointment loop. You hang out with them, you see them, you have a great time together, maybe you are intimate, and things seem to be gelling, you seem to be moving in a different direction, and then they disappear, and they're gone, and you don't know what they're doing. They could be dating other people because you're not together, and you feel very disappointed and crushed. And then they come back again, and you're going to the movies, you're making them dinner, you're doing things together, and you're hopeful, only to have them disappear again, start dating somebody else again, and you're back to disappointment. Those ups and downs can get addictive. That hope, that dopamine that gets into your system when you think that they're coming back to you, to just feeling crushed, to feeling hopeful, that cycle can become addictive, leaving you attached to them for longer than you should be. Number 4, psychological games. breadcrumbing, gaslighting, and emotional manipulation can all get started in this place. Especially if the other person wants to kind of keep you there, keep you available to them. They might be saying things that keep you attached. So you really have to watch out for that. And number 5, like I mentioned before, it can really close the door to any new person coming in. Your ex is there. You're in this situationship, this almost relationship with them. And it's going to be really hard to let someone else into your life, to think about someone else in a romantic way, because you can feel like you have a commitment to your ex. You really want to look out for that. It's not really a friendship if you don't feel like you can see anybody else romantically. Number 6, it can normalize dysfunction. You can start to feel like, well, this is just how love works. This is the chase. This is just kind of what happens. And it's not. This does not need to happen. This is not part of love. This is part of a very drawn out breakup. Things can be different. It can be better. But you should go no contact. You need some space for yourself to grow. And number 7, it makes the breakup so much longer. It can prolong your grief, your sadness, because you're around each other. There's no closure. There's no end date. This can go on for a very long time. If this person is not able to give you what you want, if you feel like you're just kind of easing out of this relationship, step back and examine it. It might keep you in this place of sadness, of letting go for much longer, because there's no definitive end. They're in and they're out. Sometimes cutting the cord, at least for a couple of months, makes the most sense. And I'm not saying either person that gets into a situationship with their ex is doing something mean. Some people really feel like they're trying to help their ex to heal. If that's you, it is good to take a step back and look at that. You think you're being the good person, but you might be stringing them along accidentally. You might be prolonging their grief. You can't be the person to help them through this breakup. They need to lean on other friends, their family, a therapist, and you need to take a step back. If after months you decide you want to be friends, you can re-examine at that time. If you're stuck in a situationship with your ex, I want you to know this. You deserve clarity. You both deserve clarity. You don't want to be in this wishy-washy, kind of sticky place, either hoping for more or hoping they're going to realize that you're better apart. You want to be clear. It might feel harsh at first, but knowing and accepting that this relationship cannot move forward is the first step towards healing. Your peace matters more than mixed signals. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. I'm a licensed therapist with over 20 years of experience helping people with breakup and divorce recovery. I really would be interested in hearing your questions.